Shabbat Shalom everyone. Shabbat Parashat Shemot, starting a new book, exciting new book, moving over from Breshit to Shemot. You know, when the Torah is divided into 5 different books, it's because each book is about a different topic. Each book is about something else. Sefer Breshit is the foundations. Chazal say, Derech Eretz Shekadma LeTorah. Certain foundations we need to have before we can approach the Torah. Before we become a nation, we first meet our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, the tribes, work out what are the basic things that each person has to have inside him, the way Chazal will say later on in Masechet Avot. כל שיש בו 3 דברים אלו מתלמידיו של אברהם אבינו. The certain things that we see, certain characteristics, that if you have them, that means you a descendant of Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, you're part of the Jewish people. That's what we see in Sefer Breshit. Sefer Shemot is the beginning of the actual thing. God told Avraham Avinu originally, go to the land of Israel, Lech lecha me'artzecha u'molodtecha u'mbeit avicha, el ha'aretz asher arecha, to the land I'll show you. Ve'escha sham legoy gadol, you'll become a great nation. We see none of that throughout Chumash Breshit. Where does this happen? This happens in Chumash Shemot. In Chumash Shemot, we're going to transform from individuals, from a people, from a family, into a nation. That's the story of the Jewish people. We need to become a great nation. This great nation needs to bring a blessing to the world. But before we can become a great nation, we need to break out of our limits. Egypt, Mitzrayim, is very similar to the word Mitzarim. A Mitzar is something narrow, something that narrows you. When there are Mitzarim, you're caught in between things. You can't expand. There's something holding you small. In order to become what we need to become, we have to be able to break through, break out of ourselves and become beyond that. That process for Am Yisrael it's a hard one. God takes us through Egypt, through the hard work, through coming out of Egypt. And only after that can we go to Mount Sinai, receive the Torah. What is the content of this nation? What's it going to be about? Until then, we don't know. We know there's going to be a nation that's going to bring a lot of blessing. What's it going to be? That can only happen. We can only discover that after we break out of being caught up within ourselves, breaking out of our Mitzarim, breaking out of Mitzrayim, breaking out of what holds us closed up into something small. In many ways, that's also what happens to us with marriage. A person grows up, however long it takes him to grow up. And when he's ready, when he reaches the stage, when he's grown up enough, he's created the foundations within himself. Now it's time to go and get married, create something new. For this new creation, in order to create a home, the first thing you need to do is break out of your boundaries. Break your boundaries. You need to reach a point where you can fully fulfill Ve'avta l'recha kamocha. Okay, fully reach that point where you actually love someone else the way you love yourself. So for 18 years, for some people it takes slightly longer to reach the age of 18. However long you need, you build yourself, you create yourself. And now you need to break out. You need to reach that point where you can totally, the way you're aware of yourself, the way you know things about yourself, the way you feel yourself, the way you know what you need, the way you know what's happening with you, the way you want to have good things happen to you, want to be pleased with your life. The same thing now you need to learn about someone else. You need to be able to care for someone else, know someone else, want to please them properly in the same way. That's an amazing transformation. People who manage to do that can afterwards go and change the world. That's not the object of getting married. You don't get married so that you're going to go and change the world. But by becoming a proper spouse, by becoming creating this new unit that's going to be this new family that's being created. That's what we're going to be seeing in Chumash Shemot. We're going to see how that happens to Am Yisrael. And each one of us, when we get married, so first of all, it's breaking out. It's breaking out of the Mitzarim. Getting to see someone else. So what is it? What are they? What do they like? What's going to make them happy? One of the big mistakes people sometimes have is that they mix between liking something and enjoying and loving someone. When you like something, you like something, it causes you some kind of satisfaction, you enjoy it, it's fun, that's okay. You could meet people. That's a lot of fun being with them. That doesn't mean you love them. That means you love yourself. And being with them gives you some joy, so you want to be with them. But when you love someone else, you love them. What you care about is them. It doesn't matter if you're going to enjoy what's happening, not enjoy what's happening. You want to make sure that they enjoy what's happening. You want to make sure that things are good for them, whoever they are. It's changing things. Sometimes people, when you see it with kids, sometimes people grow very old and they still act like kids. You need to buy a present for someone. So sometimes, okay, I like books. So, okay, now I understand this other person probably doesn't like the same books as I like, so I'll get him a book that he'll like. But maybe he doesn't like books. Maybe he likes bicycles. Maybe he likes chocolates. Maybe he likes clothing or jewelry. Something else. So I need to get into a mind frame of what do they like? What's going to make them happy? It's a whole different mind frame. Breaking out of your Mitzrayim, just the same as Bnei Israel have to break out of Egypt. And then you can reach the next stage. Later on, Parsha Shavua, we'll reach Matan Torah, fully uniting with God, getting our content, seeing what's all about. Be'ezrat Hashem, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.